We have some special guests this morning, Trinidad and Tobago in studio. You know, today is also a very special day in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. It's 25 years since November 19th, 1989. Some of y'all weren't born yet.
Some of y'all going, what's that?
But you heard about it.
Yeah.
You definitely heard about it because it went on forever and ever. I can only be talking about the Strike Squad. And I want to welcome the coach of the Strike Squad to TTRN at 96.1, Gali Cummings.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me.
Today we're knighting you, Sir Gali.
Sir Gali.
Sir Gali. We have Leonson Lewis.
Hello. Good morning to the listening public.
Oh my God, who body ladies in a mess. Oh God, if you see his body. Footballers' bodies.
And Skipper
Skipper boy, Skipper.
Welcome, guys.
Mostly in the presence of Granny.
Yeah, Granny was flirting with them. I had to say, Granny, stay in the kitchen.
Granny, how old were you at 25 years ago?
Well, let's see. I was there waving flag for all you know. Yes, I was in front waving flag. And I'd bring picnic basket, but Gally did run me. He didn't want all you to eat.
Definitely a historic occasion.
Gally in a mess.
25 years.
Welcome.
Strike Squad. Tell me something. Let's get straight into it. You know, everybody asks the same question, but you know, you got varying answers over the years. But now that, you know, everything has come to pass and you also the videos and over the years, the guys get together and, you know, remembered certain things about that big game, that huge game against the USA. What was the morale of the team on that said day?
Before the game, it was like, it was surreal because, you know, we woke up like some of us couldn't sleep properly. So we woke up real early that morning. And to our surprise, it had fans all by the road already at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So we were like, the whole day was just like a surreal day. Like it was happening before us and it was an unbelievable day. It's a day that, you know, it is like no other. The feeling was just that you're there and you're on the team and you're going to play this game and like you still can't really believe what unfolding before. You know, it was much bigger than us.
So Skipper, what about you? Being the man in charge of this team.
As Leonson said, I think he said maybe the night before, I think the whole week I didn't sleep.
Right.
You know, you're just waiting for this moment to come and to be, you know, behind us. But as he mentioned, you know, it's amazing to see how many people we touch with that one event. You know, I didn't know there were so many people squatting on the highway because as we travel from Faizabad to Port of Spain, you were just seeing red all along the highway. So
I remember that.
It couldn't be people coming from Pleasantville. It has to be they living somewhere on the highway.
Right.
You know, and that was really touching, you know, when you could bring a whole country together. You know, and as I said, the whole week I didn't sleep, you know, because, you
and
know,
your fans didn't sleep either.
Well,
I remember, you know, that excitement as a fan and as a Trinbagonian watching that team. I couldn't wait for that day.
Yeah, and you know, all the way down the road we traveled from Faizabad to Port of Spain, and it's just red. And what was really touching is when we reached to the stadium, people who we know were there from day one. When you look in the stand, you see 12 people. They came by the bus and show you the genuine ticket that they can't get in. So that too put another stress on us emotionally.
Yes.
The scene that, you know, there's a generation.
Yeah.
And you
true
know,
supporters.
They're ponging on the door. Hey, Clayton, you have to get us in. We look, and you know that put some more pressure on us. So, but you know, the whole event, as I say, every day we live November the 19th, 1989. Every day. And when this time come like today, you know, we going through this
is the absolute worst.
It's worse.
It's the absolute worst. You know, people think
Coach, what about you?
Well, you know, I have a little beer. The night before the game, I couldn't believe that some Trinis kept a party right next door to where the boys were sleeping.
Right, you know, nice Trinis. Not thinking the whole process through that.
And we, the technical staff, the whole technical staff went across to the party next door and said, listen, we have a big game tomorrow. We're gonna represent the country and blah blah blah. And the fellow say, most we could do for all you is turn these speakers in another direction. And I'm saying, you have to turn it off. He said, boy, people pay to come to this fete, and this fete is for all you. So I couldn't understand why somebody would want a fete next to the team playing loud music and this kind of thing. But what was amazing about the team itself, but the team itself, is that I have never been, and I'm not looking at them just as footballers. I'm talking about people. We have a genuine love for each other that people sort of get it mixed up with another kind of love. I talking about, like, if one of us have a problem, all of us had a problem. It had a kind of, and that unity, that love, we were able to share with the population. I remember I received a lot of mails during that time. I received a letter from a lady from Princess Strong, who told me that her son was in a motor vehicle accident and was crippled from the waist down, and he was mad with the world until the strike squad came into existence. She said, Mr. Cummings, if you know what you and your team did to my son, he's now pushing up off the chair and saying he was the first strike squad member. She begged me not to mention her name, and then I had another situation. I always talk about this, where a 5-year-old child, I'm sure her mom must have helped her write this letter. She said she's in love with the strike squad. She thinks we are the greatest. She said she's going to tell her daughter or her son, when she have children, about the strike squad, and have them tell their children about the strike squad. And I'm wondering, that child, she was 5 years then, she's about 30, and I would love, if you're out there listening, please give Gally Cummings a check. I would love to see this child after 25 years.
So, Coach Gally, tell me something. During the game, what was your feeling, and what was your feeling after the game?
Well,
what upset you most before the actual game day, but before the game actually started? What upset you most? And then give me during the game and after the game.
Yeah, the fact that that politics got into the way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Politics got into the way, and I remember telling the one and the administration that this team represents Trinidad and Tobago, not a political party. And they were keeping, like, sometimes we had practice, we had to go up because some ministers wanted to keep some lunch or some thing for the boys. So I never went to it. And Oliver Camps would tell me from time to time, he said, boy, you're stepping in them people's corns. I said, and this team comes first, right? And then getting nearer to the game, we started to see all sorts of things happening. You know, like Marvin Foston wanted a pair of boots, and we couldn't even get that for him. And we was
on game day,
just before the game,
right?
To the game, and I mean, we should have 6 pair of boots. If you understand what I mean.
I almost feel like things haven't changed much. Which is sad.
No,
haven't changed much.
No, and you see, the thing about it is that this team, for the first time, and I played with about 3 or 4 national teams, this team made money for the national team, because when we came into existence, when we started to put this team together, right? I mean, the players had their abilities and whatever. I just switched on when I got the team. Leonson was playing like center forward, and I decided to give him the space to run, because he's a very top class athlete. And you know, you're looking at the biomechanics of the person you play and where you play. But basically, we made money for the Football Association, and up to this day, the first Football Association over $600,000.
What?
Yes, and I want the public to know this.
25 years after.
25 years after.
That is sad.
Yeah.
What is even more sad is that we're still struggling to, at that time, we struggled to get money from the association for anything. And after that, if you fast forward that 25 years later, now some of us, well, I'm a coach, and I know a lot of coaches out there that coaching and still not getting paid. It's nice that they come in and pay the senior staff, but if you really want to think about football and the development of football, then we have to start from the youth. Yes. We don't have a proper system in place, and what's going on there with the youth, it have a lot of coaches right now who coaching in the youth system that's still not getting paid and still owed money.
Well, we were talking about the coach of the team right now in Jamaica.
Yes,
owed 8 months' salary. So I could imagine for the little coach who coming out, and you know what I mean?
We don't want to carry this over to what is November 19 is for. You know, it's part of a stepping stone, and it's part of a way to show, to help the people who can't receive help, you know, because November 19 is bigger than all of us.
It's bigger than all of us.
What was owed and what we should have get and what should have been done. The bad thing is that 25 years later, we still the same place. We're not further than, we're not any more closer to getting a proper TTFA, to get a proper system in place, to get a proper development for our kids. Even the payment, now that they're paying the senior staff most of what is owed to them, it's still very difficult to organize everything, because the government now, they're paying the staff, but you notice they're not paying the staff through the association.
Right, directly.
They go and pay the players personally. So
yeah.
that is already a whole thing in it there, because they know they can't really go through the association, because it's like a whole dinosaur, and the people who really in charge now was trained by the people who were there before.
Right.
So it's a whole kind of mistrust, and we don't really have a proper stepping stone and a good foundation, because the players that play now, or the players that, for example, the women team, we want everybody to go out and support the women team, but that women team was coached by somebody who coached them for the past 10 years, you know.
Right.
I think Marlon Charles was in charge with that team for the past 10 years.
Right.
A local coach. And then now he's out, and you bring in somebody, but you're not even giving him any compensation for the work that he done for the past 10 years.
Right.
You know, and that's the kind of unprofessional thing that the association have to stop doing. We have to start giving the coaches, once you're a coach, you're supposed to have a contract, you're supposed to be paid a certain amount for a certain amount of period of time.
And paid timely.
Yes, and paid timely. And if you don't, and once you don't want that coach, you pay him off and you get another coach. We can't be just hiring and firing people.
You were talking about it after the game itself.
Correct.
And what really bothers me up to now about that game is that JB mentioned when he took the toss to kick the ball off, the referee said to him that whoever wins the toss, keep that coin, because this is going to be my last game. Now, a lot of people don't know that 3 Venezuelans were supposed to referee the game.
Right.
And at the last hour, they called the game a high-risk game and brought in this referee, the same one with the coin. And we were just talking and said there on another station there, and I was, what also bothered me about this whole thing is, as it starts to unfold, is the fact that I never had a chance. And I thought I was, you know, as a coach, you teach your players the structure and the organization and the team play and blah, 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 and all the high science and sort of thing and physical training. And you're representing Trinidad, because this is what I learned to do. I started playing with the national team at age 15, going on 16. So the national team is like my first team then. So now I'm coaching this team, and I'm coaching my Kai Soccer, my Steel Band, my Tassa, my Calypso. You understand? And I keep telling them, if you don't identify with that, your football can only reach a certain level.
Right.
Because it means that you're doing somebody else's thing, right? And I started to look at all the bacchanal with the FIFA. I don't want to bring it, I don't want to sour the program, but I have to say, because you asked the question, I'll feel after. And I remember going to the States to receive an award after 89, the game with the US. And a fella tell me, he said, you really feel you could have win? And I like, well, yeah, you know, the States were lucky. He said, no, the States, they weren't lucky. That's how it was supposed to be, because we played our first game at JB at what day? The 13th of May, 1989, against the States. Now, our return game supposed to be for the most 10 days.
Right.
Our return game was 6 months.
6 months out. Wow.
November the 19th, 1989. So that period of time, a lot of things took place. So when I was when we were training hard and sleeping, right, and couldn't get a cent from anybody, you understand?
So Coach Gali is saying it was set.
It was set.
Yeah.
We'll come right back and talk to the strike squad members, Coach Gali Cummings, Leonson Lewis, and Captain, the skipper, Clayton Morris.